Now, who would like to go next? John? Michael? Okay. Pull the mic a bit closer. Make sure it's turned on. Earl will show you how.
You've got your own how to turn the microphone on as well.
Do you press this one or that one? Right, that one's on. Following Earl was a hard act to follow.
Oh.
But one thing did strike me, because when he said he was asked to have an audition for television news, I thought, lucky sod. I'd been with the ABC about 2 years, I reckon. I was doing the WN, Radio National now, afternoon shift, playing classical music. And 5 o'clock, phone rings. The show went on from midday to 6. So 5 in the afternoon, the phone rings in the studio. Is someone in the news department saying, Palmer, will you come up here to the newsroom? I said, who's looking after the program? The supervisor will take over from you. I said, okay. 10 minutes later, I'm upstairs in the news department, as it was in those days. And the guy said, sit down there. Now, read the script. When I tap you on the shoulder, start. When I tap you again, stop. Didn't seem too hard to do. I'd done a few radio news. So I did just that for about 4 or 5 minutes. And he said, right, thanks. Can you tell me why I came up to do that? Hasn't anybody told me you're in television news tonight? I wonder what sort of unit I joined at that time. So I go down to make up. 6. Nervous as a kid. I read the news, again, as Earl said, virtually half an hour, no film insert, no DVDs or whatever you call them nowadays. And I didn't make any mistakes, I read. 2 months later comes the review back from Eastern States, from Sydney. Palmer must learn to relax when reading television news. Went wrong with that one. From that moment on, I think the next one into the news was like that with Dave Ellery, the new reader, and he had about 2 or 3 weeks of training. So maybe my experience did somebody some good somewhere along the line. Television news was hilarious. There've been some very, very funny things, and anybody could tell you about it. I think one of the strangest ones, halfway through a bulletin, my script is taken away from me by a hand which comes up to the side of the table. I'm left with a sheet of paper. I slow down a bit, and then some more from in front of me. I take that, give it that, carry on reading, and then again, another sheet comes out, take that, give that. And this goes on for 3 or 4 minutes, all on camera. The hand might be seen better now, but my expression must have been strange. And finally, the whole script unread, so it's right order, put back in front of me, smile. And I read 4 words, and the voice of God says, you've already read that. And God is up there somewhere. I probably had already read that, but I don't know. But when people said, when you get home, did you read the news today, Dad? I said, yes, what's on the news? I don't know, I read about 500, I don't know what's on it. And another very funny one too, I think. Not being a marine engineer, I couldn't change this one. This was the final story in 7 o'clock bulletin, and it was some huge, great tanker, the Osaka Maru or something, that had just been launched. And there were the pictures of this darn thing. Well, I was off camera, of course. And I say it was 495 meters long and 5 stories high, and da-da-da-da-da. The final phrase, and it's powered by 22 horsepower engines. And the whole voice went up, and the Osaka Maru is powered by 22 horsepower engines. What the hell were they talking about? I had little motor wheels over it. But you can't sort of say what at the end because you're off camera. And then the weatherman comes on. Or John Cole or something like that. But anyway, I think other people have other reminiscences, and I'm sure they have. But it was good fun. As you said, it was much more fun in the old days, playing corridor cricket and all sorts of things. Now it is too serious. And they're probably on contract, and they don't know where the next penny's coming from half the time. At least we had a job which was there next week as well. I left in good time. I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it. 25 years, I didn't do a day's work for 25 years, because everything I did was farming. Lovely. I've never been so lucky in all my life.
Very briefly, the voice of God. There are two ways the producer in the control room can get in touch with what we loosely call talent on the floor. That's us, we're the talent. He can either use the floor manager, who uses gestures, including or stretch or stop. But when none of those is going to do the job, the director will speak to you directly through a public address system which has a loudspeaker in the ceiling, the roof. And it's not always friendly, as Michael and I have found out. I'll tell you my voice of God story. But for various reasons, it is called the voice of God.